Welcome, Radiant Leader. Welcome to this Akashic transmission, the oracle drop of this week, crossing into your next identity. 9 questions that stabilize the identity that naturally creates abundance. Radiant Leader, I'm so grateful you are here. I want to begin by asking you a question. What if abundance wasn't waiting for another strategy? What if abundance wasn't waiting for another certification? What if abundance wasn't waiting for another healing modality? And what if abundance wasn't waiting for another breakthrough? What if abundance has been waiting for a different version of you? Not a different person, but a different identity. Because every day, whether we realize it or not, our minds are answering the questions we repeatedly ask ourselves. If those questions are rooted in fear, we'll continue creating from fear. If they are rooted in scarcity, we'll continue noticing what is missing. But when our questions begin to reflect the leader our soul is inviting us to become, our awareness changes. Our energy changes. Our choices change. And eventually, our reality changes. And today, Radiant Leader, I want to share 9 powerful questions, not as journal prompts, but as doorways. Doorways into the identity that naturally creates abundance. Before we begin, I'd love to invite you into a sacred space. Whatever you are, it is safe to do so. Gently close your eyes and take a slow breath in and slowly exhale. Again. Now breathe into your heart and breathe out. Allow your shoulders to soften. Allow your jaw to relax. Allow your body to arrive completely in this moment. Take one more conscious breath. And now silently repeat after me. I am willing to see myself through the eyes of my soul. As we enter this transmission, I invite the highest frequencies of divine love. I invite the highest frequencies of divine truth, divine wisdom, and divine compassion to surround this sacred space. I lovingly Invite your higher self, your soul, your divine team of light, and the loving intelligence of the Akashic Field to illuminate exactly what you are ready to remember today. May these questions become mirrors, revealing the parts of you that are ready to be seen, the identities that are ready to be released, and the leader your soul is already becoming. And as you move through this transmission, don't search for perfect answers. Simply notice what expands, what softens, what awakens, and what stirs something within you. Because your soul always recognizes truth before your mind understands it. Take one final breath and slightly affirm, I am ready to remember who I truly am. I am ready to release what no longer belongs to me. I am ready to stabilize the identity that naturally creates abundance. When you are ready, gently open your eyes. Radiant leader, stay connected to your breath. Stay connected to your heart. And as we move through these questions, don't answer from your mind first. Allow your soul to answer. Notice what comes before logic. Notice what your body already knows. Let's begin. Every morning, before checking your phone, before opening your email, before stepping into your responsibilities, choose who will lead your day. Question 1. Ask yourself, who am I choosing to become today? And not what do I have to do? Identity always comes before action, before her or him first. Let your actions naturally flow. Question 2. What would my highest self naturally prioritize today? The most aligned leaders aren't the busiest, they are the clearest. What truly matters today? What deserves your life force? Choose that. How can I create more value than I consume today? This is question 3. Abundance is circulation. Energy circulates, love circulates, wisdom circulates, money circulates. Instead of beginning your day asking, what can I receive? Ask, how can I contribute? Because contribution naturally expands your capacity to receive. And take a slow breath and notice what arose. You don't have to force clarity. Awareness is already the beginning of transformation. And as the day comes to a close, leadership becomes integration. These evening questions aren't about judgment, they're about remembering. Question 4. Where did I embody my highest identity today? And celebrate every moment, no matter how small, where you chose alignment over fear, presence over pressure, trust over control. Your nervous system grows through evidence. And please honor those moments. Question 5. What expanded me today? Expansion isn't always comfortable. Sometimes growth looks like rest. Sometimes it looks like saying no. Sometimes it looks like finally allowing yourself to be seen. Every moment of expansion deserves your acknowledgement. What expansion are you going to celebrate today? And now, question 6. What abundance already found me today? Maybe it wasn't money. Maybe it was peace, an inspiration, or an inspired idea, a meaningful conversation, a new opportunity, a moment of joy, a moment of pure relaxation. Train your awareness to notice abundance before asking for more. Remember that abundance is not only about money. Abundance is living in the flow. And take another deep breath, radiant leader. And let gratitude settle into your heart. Notice how different your body feels when you stop searching and begin receiving. Now we arrive at the deepest part of today's transmission, the doorway questions. This is how I call them. These aren't questions for your personality. These are questions for your soul. Allow them to meet you exactly where you are. Question 7. What version of myself am I still protecting that no longer belongs in my future? Sometimes the old identity feels familiar. It feels safe. It feels comfortable. And that identity chooses comfort, security, safety over growth and success. But familiar isn't always aligned. What is asking to be lovingly released today? Question 8. Where am I still waiting for life to change before I choose to change? This question changes everything. Many people wait for confidence. They wait for permission. They wait for validation. They wait for evidence and even money. But leaders, new earth leaders, embody first. Reality responds afterwards. Question 9. If I completely trusted my soul, if I completely trust my voice, what would I do next? Not next month, not next year, today, after this transmission. If fear wasn't making the decision, what would your next step be? And I invite you to listen carefully. Your soul has probably been whispering the answer for quite some time. Take one more deep breath and place one hand on your heart and simply notice. Notice how you feel. Notice what shifted. And notice what became clear. And remember, abundance is not something you chase. It's something you become available for. With your mind, with your heart, and with your body. Every question becomes a doorway. Every honest answer becomes a crossing. And every courageous choice stabilizes a new identity. And that identity is the one that creates a new reality. And this week, don't try to answer all 9 questions. Choose one, Carry it with you. Meditate with it. Pray with it and take notes. Allow it to reshape the way you see yourself, the way you perceive yourself. Because your next chapter won't begin with another strategy. It'll begin with a different identity. That is your divine identity. And before we close, place one hand on your heart and the other hand on your lower abdomen. Take one final breath and silently repeat. I no longer chase abundance. I become the version who naturally creates it. May your heart remain open. May your nervous system feel safe to receive. May your leadership become steady. May your inner authority become stronger each day. May you recognize every doorway your soul places before you this week. And may you have the courage to walk through it. And thank you for sharing this sacred space with me. If one of these questions spoke to your heart, I'd love to hear which one in the comments. If you are here, or if you are a member of Align to Thrive community, share your comments. If you are not, this is your invite to become a member. Bring your reflections into our sacred circle this week. And until our next Oracle transmission, remember, every question is a doorway. Every answer is a crossing. And cross into your next identity.